The rain poured heavily over the city streets as black luxury cars rushed through the evening traffic. Inside, one of them sat billionaire Daniel Carter, a man known for his wealth, discipline, and cold personality. At just 38 years old, he owned one of the largest technology companies in the country. People admired his success, but feared his distant attitude. Daniel believed that emotions only distracted people from achieving greatness. As his driver slowed at a traffic light, Daniel stared out the rain-covered window. Suddenly he noticed a young woman running barefoot through the street. Her blue dress was soaked from the rain. Her face was covered with tears, and she kept looking behind her in panic. 3 large men dressed in black were chasing her. "Please, somebody help me," she screamed. Pedestrians looked away. Some people pretended not to notice. Others simply walked faster. No one wanted trouble. The terrified girl reached Daniel's SUV and desperately knocked on the window. "Please, please, let me in." "They're going to kill me." Daniel hesitated. His security guard immediately spoke. "So this could be a trap." The driver nodded. "We should leave." Daniel looked into the girl's frightened eyes. He didn't see manipulation. He saw pure fear without thinking further. He unlocked the door. "Get in." The girl quickly jumped inside just as the 3 men reached the vehicle. One of them banged angrily on the window. "Open the door, she stole something from us." Daniel calmly lowered the window. "Only a few inches, call the police if she committed a crime." The men exchanged nervous looks. Then they suddenly ran away. Daniel noticed something strange. If they were telling the truth, why would they run from the police? The SUV drove away. The young woman trembled uncontrollably. "My name is Emma," she whispered. "Thank you, you saved my life." Daniel handed her a towel and a bottle of water. "What happened?" Emma remained silent for several minutes before finally speaking. "I escaped from people who force young women into human trafficking." Daniel's expression changed completely. She explained that she had accepted a fake job offer months earlier. Instead of work, she had been trapped inside a warehouse with several other girls. Their phones had been taken away and they were threatened every day. That afternoon, she found a chance to escape through a broken window. The men chasing her were trying to capture her before she reached the police. Daniel immediately contacted his lawyer and a trusted police detective. Within an hour, Emma was safely protected. But Daniel couldn't stop thinking about the girl, still trapped inside that warehouse. He had spent years making billions of dollars. Yet today, one frightened stranger had shown him a reality he had never seen. The next morning, Daniel visited the detective. "I don't just want to report this. I want to help rescue every victim." Using his company's resources, security experts, and surveillance technology, Daniel helped investigators locate the warehouse. 2 days later, police carried out a large rescue operation. More than 20 young women were safely rescued. Several members of the criminal organization were arrested. Emma burst into tears when she saw the other girls walking out alive. "You saved them," she told Daniel. He quietly shook his head no. "You were brave enough to escape. You saved them." Weeks later, news channels across the country reported the successful rescue. People praised Daniel as a hero, but Daniel refused every interview. Instead, he quietly created a foundation that provided housing, education, counseling, and job training for survivors of human trafficking. Emma became one of the foundation's first employees. She wanted every rescued victim to know they were not alone. Months passed. One afternoon, Daniel visited the foundation. Children laughed in the garden, while several young women learned computer skills inside the building. Emma smiled as she welcomed him. "You've changed," Daniel laughed softly. "I used to think success meant having more money." Emma asked, and now Daniel looked around. "Success means changing someone's future." A little girl who had been rescued with her older sister walked toward Daniel carrying a small handmade card. She shyly handed it to him. On the front were simple words written in colorful crayons. "Thank you for opening your car door." Daniel's eyes filled with tears. That simple decision at a rainy traffic light had saved dozens of lives. Sometimes kindness begins with one small choice. One open door, one moment of courage, and one person willing to stop when everyone else walks away. From that day forward, Daniel never measured wealth by the number in his bank account. He measured it by the number of lives that smiled, because someone cared enough to help. Because true kindness doesn't ask who deserves help. It simply opens the door dash. Heart. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us what you would have done in Daniel's place. Folded hands help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers. Every comment And subscription helps us share more inspiring kindness stories with people around the world. Thank you for your amazing support.